Hey guys, how are y'all? Just wanted to bring it back to you. I brought up how last time, would somebody want to live in a place where it's extremely dirty? Like, would you ever want to, if you walked into your room and it was extremely dirty, would it put you in a good mood? If you have any sense or if you're normal, probably not. So I just came to come and talk to you guys about littering and how it's become such a big issue. The more that we've grown, modern day, like a lot of the stuff that we eat is packaged, a lot of it isn't fresh, which brings more, plastic, more cans, more cardboard, and, any types of these things that usually keep stuff that's processed, like, just in a good state to where we can still eat it when stuff is fresh. When we're eating things fresh, we usually don't have to use as much packaging because, that's what, it's not so, how would you say, it's not so, no GMOs. It's not super processed, more processed foods that we've been coming to eat. Like, it's gotten worse. So one issue with littering is the fact that it contaminates our water. You ever see those commercials with like the penguins with the things around their neck and you're just like no, like I do not want to see that. That's not happy feet. Like, that's not it, right? It's just become such a big issue because, it's starting to kill our wildlife in the water. It's contaminating our water by these algae blooms, which brings so much bacteria, and it starts to suffocate almost the oxygen for the aquatic life. So, we have, fish dying, stuff dying. It's not good. And so another thing that's just become a bigger issue is the fact with pollution is just the fact that, or the fact with littering is that it carries a lot of bacteria too. Not only, does it for aquatic life, but in general, it just carries a lot of bacteria. They already talked about animals, raccoons, rats, anything, cockroaches, anything that's like that just carries more diseases. And it's just not, it's not good. It's not good. And, another thing that's become a big issue is the amount that it's taken for us to clean up or reverse, littering. It's doing us no good. For us to think of ways, put more research into finding ways to get rid of littering or not litter is getting worse whenever we can put all this energy that we're putting into, cleaning up into preventing it. So, right now, reusable bottles is becoming a big thing, or you can do these things such as, there are many ways to support it. Ways that you can do it yourself is, by recycling, reusing stuff, or just reduce, start buying fresher stuff, maybe that you can just get rid of, that that if worse comes to worse, if you litter it, it's gonna decompose. Don't throw anything on the floor, but don't throw something away that's gonna decompose. Even things such as banana peels, they take a long time. If you could just hold it with you till you find a trash can, that would be great. Or whatever you can, have the regular trash can or cycle trash can, use either or just reuse it. Like I said, reusable water bottles are becoming a huge thing. It's becoming a really big deal. And another thing is that we as Americans should look at other countries and see how they do this. A lot of other countries have many ways of just doing a better job with littering. You see other countries and it's so clean over there because, we as people have to take care of our planet the way we would take care of a house, the way we would take care of our house, because this is where we live. This is our house. This is our sanctuary, And in order for us to do good with this, we have to recycle. And, if we can, just try to avoid using paper, avoid using things that are just gonna hurt wildlife. Because, once you start using more paper, so instead of recycling paper and reusing that paper, if they're just cutting down more trees, it's literally just like a trickle down effect. It only gets worse. But out of the more research that I've done, I've realized that there's more ways to see that how other countries have fought littering and how it's a big deal and how they've been more effective with it and how we can also follow in their footsteps. But yeah, thank you for your time.